see headlines this morning, mainly about Newcastle, which you would expect because they played yesterday. Obviously beaten 3-2. I don't know if you watched it, mate. There was some strange commentary on it, I thought, from Martin Tyler.
Imagine my surprise.
I know. I mean, he did the usual where when Spurs scored a goal, he didn't seem very happy about it, and it was almost like, this spoils my narrative. I wanted a Newcastle win type of thing, which is strange in itself. But no, not that. He said something along the lines of that they'd won the ownership lottery.
I heard about that.
Which is just a little bit grim. I mean, a lot of the papers today, they've got pictures, as you would expect, really, of sort of, fans round and about Newcastle with, dressing up as Arabs and all this kind of stuff. And I don't know. I mean, I read a piece in The Athletic over the weekend. I don't know if you've seen it. And it was, I think it was Adam Grafton, I think is his name. And he'd spoken to people from the LGBTQ community in Saudi Arabia. And it was a really grim read. It was like, curing therapy and stuff like this. And
persecution. Call it what it is.
Yeah, really grim. And look, I know we're getting loads of whataboutery at the moment. And look, I just think it's one of them. What I'm doing personally is I didn't know everything about Saudi Arabia. I can put my hands up and say that. But now that Newcastle are here and we're talking about it and it's on the agenda, I've gone away and read a little bit about it, and I know now about what they were doing in Yemen, continue to do, and I know how they treat the women and people from the LGBTQ community, and it's just a little bit grim. There's no two ways about it. It's a little bit grim, and then you get all this. I mean, it's pitched there as a party. I mean, Newcastle score really early on, and I heard a bit of I heard the radio commentary actually, and then I got the telly on when I got in. And the radio commentary was like, it's all built on adrenaline. The fans have been celebrating. There was a big performance in the Gallagate end before and it's a bit like, I don't know.
It doesn't sit well with you, does it?
No, not at all, mate. And I just think, I think if it was us, because loads of people will say, well, what would you do if it was you? I think if it was us and this was Liverpool, I would feel incredibly conflicted about it.
I think it's. Okay, first and foremost, the regime over there is completely abhorrent, and anyone associated with that and anyone backing that is in the wrong. However, it's very, very difficult to put ourselves in the position of Newcastle fans because we haven't been through what they've been through in the past. I mean, I don't know how long Mike Ashley's been running that club, but
14 years.
14 years, is it? I mean, they've been through really dark times at that club. With him, with lack of investment and the money that Mike Ashley's been taking out of the club, renaming it, renaming their stadium. I mean, everything that and apart from anything else, he's not a good human being. Let's make that, let's make that very clear. The way that he treats his employees and stuff. So, from a Newcastle fan point of view, they've been ground down over 14 years. So I can appreciate the excitement that all of a sudden you're one of the richest clubs in the world. Like that's exciting, but dressing up as Arabs and that doesn't sit well with me. I can't get behind a party atmosphere, and I think and for Martin Tyler to say that as well is.
I mean, people say like they're sort of part of it almost if you're like Sky because. They're paying such big money and all this kind of stuff, but I'm not sure.
That's just the way the game's going.
Yeah, and I'm not sure that it goes to the level of like Tyler is briefed and told to say X, Y, or Z. I think that's just his take on it, and to sort of not really touch on any of that and what's gone on in Saudi and about how there are fans out there who are a bit like this isn't for me. That's a bit of a strange thing. I mean, away from the heavier stuff as well, I found myself watching the game that the dynamics have changed for me now. So I know some Liverpool fans don't like Newcastle and don't like Newcastle fans and may have experienced, it might be like chants at games or whatever it may be, because I know they've gone down the road of singing some of the shit ones a few times. But I've always liked Newcastle, and I've got mates from there, and
I've had a couple of lovely days out there as well. It's always been good.
I think because of that, I've always had like a little bit of a soft spot for the city and the people in the team, and you know, and when Keegan was there, they were, you know, obviously very lovable then, and we had our 4-3s against them and all the rest of it. I think now though, I want them to get beat.
To get full access to this show, click on the link in the post and subscribe to Talk Premium. You get all of our content, including previews, reviews, post-match content, exclusive interviews and loads of transfer chats. So subscribe to the Anfield Wrap now. We share the journey of supporting Liverpool from heart of the city.